Hello and welcome to another update video about EGLD, EGLD. Did what it needed to do and also found its running shoes now together with many other coins. There are two scenarios that we discussed in the previous videos. Both were pointing to the upside from our target area here. We had a larger, longer term support area in orange, and we had a smaller specific target area for this decline. And what often happens when we have these descending wedges, we call them an Elliott wave ending diagonals. When we have these diagonals, sometimes what happens at least, is that you get a breakout to the downside of such a channel and it looks very bearish. But actually, there is a so-called throw over, or in this case, a throw under, and the price then goes in the other direction. That's why we had this target area there in white, which we communicated in the last video, which was, I think, a couple of months ago. But I think I made my last video after it had already reversed, and now it actually found its running shoes, and we've seen a 30 to 40% increase exactly from where it needed to. Okay, so that rally is not really a surprise. I had a few, received a few comments that for no reason it's starting to move. Well, see, that's what you're going to see in any rally or bull run from all coins. I've been talking about a potential larger rally across the sector for the last 3 weeks, and people are still bearish. And yes, it's worth to be on the side of caution still, but we have opportunities in front of us, and it's as always, people will only accept it not when the trend has changed, which it has already 3 weeks ago. They will only accept it when the market has already made 100, 200, 300%. Then they get in, and then we see a correction. That's typically how it works. It's the denial across the sector, okay? So we've seen here in the white wave count, which is the bearish one, an ABC structure, 5 waves down. That's the bearish count. Even in the bearish count, we were waiting to see at least a wave 2 rally, okay? Now, there is not enough data there to sketch out how the structure could look like, but in the white count, we would be dealing with an ABC structure, okay? And we likely still in the A wave. An A wave often reacts to the 38.2 Fib level. Not always, but it's best we've got. And then in a more bullish interpretation, this could be a third wave rally, which would be further confirmed if this move up is starting to get really impulsive. Bear in mind, an A wave can also be an impulse. So if we get the first deeper pullback and it's corrective, it might be a B wave, which would be a 3-wave move, or a 1-2 setup. So A, B, or 1-2 setup. You will not be able to recognize really the difference until we are at the end of the C wave or third wave. So at some point they will go different routes. So therefore, this is where we can spot the difference. At the moment, they are mirror counts. They would move together, either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 3 or an ABC structure. Okay. So to sketch out the bullish count as well, then this would not be an A wave. It would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the bullish count. I will change the color to white, to yellow. But yeah, that's sort of the situation. The long-term support is $13.40. This was our target range. It was actually quite a narrow area here, but basically between $19 and $24.25. Spent quite a bit of time in this box, so anybody who wanted to had enough time to accumulate if anybody wanted to. And now we've had a break above this descending trend line, and we are running, and there is no sign of a pullback yet, but I would pay attention to the 38.2 retracement level of this move to the downside. Let me actually double check. Yeah, that's still the valid area. And then obviously it's not only that level, these are all Fib levels where we could look for reactions. $74.50, which is going to be meaningful because whenever we have a breakout of a wedge pattern, which this one was, then the first target is normally the beginning of the wedge, and that is around $74. So it's not only that we have the 38.2 retracement level there, no, we also have the previous swing high there. Then the 50% Fib level at $108.50, the 61.8 Fib level at $158, and the 78.6 Fib level at $269. Only above that level we can start to really rule out the white wave count. So I'm not telling you the white count is what's going to play out, but we definitely have 2 counts that we have to consider here. and it's just worth to watch for potential weaknesses in this resistance area. Above $269, this is going to be too high for a reliable wave 2. And then we have, then we are likely following only the yellow count. There will still be an alternative, but it would then be a bullish alternative, okay? Or this is just a larger ABC structure, which is possible as well. So there are different, but then it would finish after this third wave, okay? So there's always a bear around the corner that's needed for risk management purposes. If there wasn't a bearish option, we wouldn't need risk management. But for now, the trend is up in both wave counts, and I need to see a little bit more price action and actually structure to really determine where we stand. But likelihood is we are still in wave 1 or wave A. And typically you can say that such a rally can carry on as long as the 50% retracement level isn't broken to the downside. And that's at the moment at $34.80. Okay, so these are sort of the levels to watch. That breaking that level would first of all send us back into the channel, into the wedge pattern, which would certainly not be bullish. It would lose its bullish momentum. But yeah, again, the weekends are starting to get more and more interesting across the crypto sector. So it's pretty good to see. And for now, this is an active uptrend that we just let run. And I know people will ask for the next entry point, but we just had one, okay? We just had one in even middle of October still. So this is now gone. And the next entry point, I mean, you can always enter, okay? So it's, I'm not telling you when you enter. I can only tell you that the next pullback zone, many people like pullback trades, will happen in wave B or 2, but there is no sign that it has started, and that there is a decent likelihood we might go actually to the 38.2 retracement level in wave A. Again, not in a straight line, not necessarily what it could be. We all know how crazy cryptos are sometimes behaving, but that's just a level that normally a wave A reacts to, right? And I think that's sort of the situation we're dealing with at the moment on the EGLD chart. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're interested in the membership, today we've got our next member live stream at 5 p.m. UTC. In this live stream, we talk about how to identify coins that outperform or could outperform Bitcoin, Ethereum. And also you get access to Discord and Telegram, the chat rooms, educational content, and as a gold member, you get access to additional short-term market updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.